It's good that as Muslims we out there in providing a helping hand in need, and I would guarantee that that would easily die down Islamophobia, inshallah, one day.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, keluarga Hidayat Family. Mudah-mudahan senantiasa dilimpahi kerahmatan, ridha, selamat dari Allah Subhanahu wa taala, berkah semuanya.
Amin ya rabbal alamin. Sukses terus Ustaz.
Amin amin.
Amin. Alhamdulillah.
Assalamualaikum everyone at Hidayat Family. I'm so happy to be here in Denver, and well, I hope I see you online.
Okay, thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So right now here we have a brother here who's joining our trip right now. So the trip itself is gonna be like really fun. This trip is gonna be like going to museum, and then we're gonna split the trip itself. Okay. Assalamualaikum brother.
Hey, walaikum salam.
Can you introduce yourself?
My name is my name is actually Angel. Avilas is actually my birth name, but my name as a Muslim, I did have Muhammad, and now Omar is actually the name I go by.
MashaAllah.
Omar Avilas.
MashaAllah. So I can call you Brother Omar?
Yes, please. That's fine.
Inshallah. So I heard a story about like a really inspiration story, brother. Inspiration story, like the first time you know about a Muslim, about Islam. So can you like tell a little bit about how you know about Islam, and then how you can decide you are converting to Islam?
Well, apparently my wife was a born Muslim, and before I even joined the military, many years before, after I joined the military, I met my wife. I met my wife in 2002. We spent some time together, but not much time because we were both busy.
Okay.
So in 2003, I was actually assigned to a duty station, and apparently when I came back, some things occurred there, and I came back, and I remember telling my wife that I was going to reach up to her if I ever made it back.
All right.
So I did, and I got on the phone. One of the first things I did was actually call her.
All
and
right.
at that time we were not married; we were just simply friends.
All right. Okay.
And she was excited to hear me that I made it alive, and we actually spoke to visit Jakarta. It would have been my actual third trip.
All right.
And I went to Jakarta, and I take that back. She came back to the States, and she was working for the Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
So after that, we got together, and I decided to go to Indonesia.
All right.
And went to Indonesia, met the family.
All right.
And that was around December the 1st of 2003.
Okay.
And I met her mother, met her family, very nice, great family she has, and we got together. I remember her mentioning to me about Islam, and she spoke to me so much, as well as her mother, who is now dead.
Okay.
And they spoke a lot to me about Islam, about how the importance of Islam in my life.
All right.
I did kind of thought of that because I did meet Muslim friends when I was in the Middle East.
Okay.
Apparently we never really got too close because really when you're over there you really don't have time to learn too much about it.
So you talk about Middle East itself. So once you are like you're in the war. I heard a story about you're in the war before. So is this like the time that you're in the military field? Is it like
yes, it was during the wartime. That was back in 2003.
Okay.
Again, I will not discuss much about what occurred there, but I will definitely, when I came back, and I do remember that on December the 7th of 2003 is the day I became a Muslim in Jakarta, Indonesia.
All right.
Alhamdulillah, towards that day, I've been a Muslim ever since that day.
Okay, for me, the more exciting for me right now, I want to know, what the thing itself, is really excited you to join to want to convert to Islam. What is like the reason for you to want to convert to Islam?
Well, my first visit to Indonesia back in I went to Bali back in 2000. But in 2002, when I first met my wife, it was my first visit to Jakarta.
Okay.
And I remember getting in a plane and talking to people, and somebody asked me, "Are you a Muslim?" And I said, "No, I'm not. I'm a Christian." So, but they didn't say nothing. He was really nice about it. And he says, "Well, if you're a Muslim here, you will have no problem." I said, "Well, I know that." So anyway, all comes to I met my wife in 2002. She picked me up at the airport.
All right.
Again, we were just friends, simply friends.
All right.
She showed me around, and one thing I learned about people in Jakarta, how kind they were. They were so kind, friendly. Honestly, the most friendliest people I've ever met on this earth. You know, and you know, when you have people like that is actually so nice to you, and you know, you see that it is a Muslim country, but how kind their kindness is what actually attracted me more to the faith.
All right. Okay. So once you convert Islam, Muslim, and after that you change your name from your original one, your born name, and then to Umar. Is it?
Actually, it was Muhammad.
It was Muhammad.
It was Muhammad. Actually, I used Omar. You know, the way I kind of look at things, that there can only be one Muhammad, the Prophet, Muhammad Sallallahu. So, but yes, that was actually the name that was given to me. It was actually Muhammad.
All right. Okay. So everybody is now calling you Muhammad. All right.
Yes.
So I mean, like your first journey was you convert to Muslim, and you find like something difficulty, or what kind of obstacle you find it?
I mean, when I first converted,
Your first time converted, yeah.
I didn't actually find any fear in converting because I have seen Islam. You know, when I was in the Middle East, not just the Middle East, I had friends when I was a child. I mean, as a high school student, I had a Muslim friend, and I remember he used to talk about it. Not much, but he would talk about it. And I didn't see anything really so different between. I mean, we're still people. We just have different. We just at the time it's just different faith between Christianity and Islam. But we're all the same. You know, we still have our family. We still love. We are parents. We're students. We're sons. We're daughters. Just like anyone on this earth are. But I mean, the greatest thing about Islam that after I converted, my life have actually it's been a blessing. I'll be honest. Islam has become one of the greatest blessings of my life.
So what kind of example the blessing that you get?
Well, first of all, I found my wife, of course. We've been married for, alhamdulillah, we've been married for 13 years now. Together, known each other for 15, married for 13. I have 2 beautiful children. They're both growing up in Islam. They're both learning Quran. They both, you know, alhamdulillah, my daughter just recently completed reading the Quran, you know, studying the Quran. And you know, it was just I don't know, it's the peace that you find within Islam. You know, yeah, people like the Imam was saying last night that Islamophobia is a big problem here, and it is. Because as a Muslim myself, even though some people don't know I am, but once I tell them that, I mean, even though they treat me okay, but you can see the phobia in certain people. But I'm able to adapt really well, and when I tell people that I am a Muslim, it seems that I am accepted everywhere. You know, and it's all, you know, things that we hear in the media about Islam and any type of crime that's committed by somebody with an Islamic name, right away they mention the faith, which is wrong. Because it's not about, there is really, Islam, it's really about peace. It's peace. And I have not been in a situation, even when I've been to Indonesia, everyone that I have met there that have been Muslims, they all have treated me like a true Muslim brother.
Yeah, I mean, brother, so I mean, for someone who converted Islam, I mean, to get Hidayah like you, and after that, they're gonna be like a learning, like a more deep than the Muslim who get it from the born, actually. So this actually, for you get like a really Hidayah, like really for you to get blessed. So the question is now, so I mean, you get like accepted from the community Muslim here.
Yes.
And then for the community that you have been like before, your previous community, I mean, how you let them understand right now you're Muslim?
You're talking about my previous community?
Yeah, exactly.
Like my family and all that? Well, actually, it was accepted by my family, you know, even though they don't practice Islam. I'm the only Muslim in my family, my blood family. Actually, but I'm still accepted. You know, I'm still, for my mother, I'm still her son. For my sisters, I'm still the brother. For my brother, I'm still the brother. For cousins, I'm still their cousins. And they have learned to accept that. I mean, and I remember many times before I converted, I would hear a lot of negativity from my family about Islam in the past. You know, not extreme, but you know, negativity that they hear everywhere. But now since I converted, actually they have a different view. Because they love my kids, they love my wife, they love me, and they know we're all Muslims. So their view towards Islam has changed, and Alhamdulillah, I was able to make that happen. But yes, I'm still very much accepted in my family, regardless of my faith.
Alhamdulillah.
I'm still accepted.
Maybe next time. I mean, for the next goal, maybe, I mean, once they accept it, maybe you can bring them also to Muslim. So maybe it's like.
Well, yes, inshallah, maybe one day I can bring one of my, younger relatives. Now, at the older generation, it's a little bit hard to convince them about certain things, especially now when they're not understanding and they're not recognizing hardly anyone. Just like my mother, It's sad to say that, right now she's 84 years old and she grew up the way she grew up already.
Inshallah, one day.
But inshallah, I have cousins that have asked me about it.
Yeah.
And yes, inshallah, that would be a great thing to see, to have members of my family convert.
Brother Omar, I mean, your story here, clearly inspiration here. I mean, this one is gonna be like someone help like an impact to someone who's view this video. I mean, inshallah, they have like someone there who's gonna get like Hidayah like you. Inshallah, this is my hope right now. So, the last thing,
yes.
Is it like something you want to say to someone who want to learn about Islam?
Well, I think it's very important, not just for one person in particular to learn, but I think it's very important for everybody to know. I mean, that as Muslims, we have to set a good example out there. We have to create, just let's show kindness, love when people are in need, and I believe that's one of the things that would make other people, to make the Islamophobia kind of die down some, because recently in the situation with Houston, Texas, when it was flooded, a lot of Muslims did participate in helping non-Muslim people, and that created a very positive impact. And I believe the more positive things we do for society, where the other people are either Christians, Buddhists, Hindus, Jews, whatever faith, and it's good that as Muslims we out there in providing a helping hand in need, and I would guarantee that would easily die down Islamophobia, inshallah, one day.
Inshallah.
So it's very important to show kindness to others and put a helping hand when other people are in need. It's a positive way to die down Islamophobia, inshallah.
So I mean, we have to do like to show to the everybody. I mean, what is our action actually?
Exactly.
The positive action to give it, and after that, everybody is gonna be I mean, we are not like something that they are thinking about.
Yes.
We are not like scary that they're thinking about. We are like something
the ISIS and all that, just giving, it's not like that. I mean, when someone comes into Islam and learns about it, it's not like that at all. I mean, it's a very peaceful. It is a very peaceful part of someone's life.
Inshallah.
Alhamdulillah.
Inshallah. I mean, since right now we are in the Muktamar 2017 right now, so do you have like something you want to say about Muktamar?
Well, this is my fourth Muktamar, alhamdulillah. I've been coming into Muktamar since the one up in Dallas. I remember my son was about 3 years old, and I think Muktamar is it's actually an amazing program.
Yeah.
It's one of the best I've ever seen in the United States. This is the program where you get to meet brothers and sisters from Indonesia, Malaysia as well, and you get to unite, get to learn more about them. You actually get to end up having friends that will be for everlasting. For everlasting friends. I have friends that I met in Dallas that we still stay in touch. Which was my first Muktamar. I want to say 2012. I think it was. I don't remember the exact year, but when I went to that Muktamar, I find it fascinating, and I tell my wife, let's just keep attending Muktamar. So last year, I couldn't make it last year because I was in Umrah, and inshallah, my family and I will be visiting Umrah next year. Inshallah, we'll be visiting in December 2018. Our goal is to go together as a family to Umrah.
Inshallah. Okay, Brother Omar, thank you so much for your inspiration story here. For last one. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.